We are going to be racing 42 Chao against each other and figure out which one truly is the fastest. We have them organized into 6 race groups. You can see all their names listed there along with the member that they're associated with. And then also highlights show which ones are currently on screen so you can actually see them and see their names and whatnot. But the goal here is to find out which Chao is the fastest. We're going to be eliminating Chao after every single race. This is just round 1, the matchups you're seeing on screen right there. But we got round 2, round 3, and then a finals. It's going to be a final 8, real intense. We got prizes on the line. The Chao with the stars next to their name, or the little shiny symbol from Pokemon, those are the strongest Chao in the racing tournament. They are the favorites to win. They are the top 7 Chao, I believe. So let's get right into the races here. So up first, we've got race number 1. We've got a pretty good group here, a lot of fan favorites, and some pretty strong Chao too. But as you can see, we got 42 Chao remaining left in the tournament. We're here right at the start. Plum had a bit of a rough start. You can actually see Regal fell down there. Poor Regal fallen behind there fairly early on. But Plum's able to recover very quickly here. They tripped like right off the bat, I think, or they were pretty far back, but they managed to pull up and keep up with the pack, thankfully. So good job for Plum there. As you can see, I believe it's Void Zero in first. Yeah, Void Zero in first place, winning their first ever race on stream. Good job to Void Zero, Plum, Selphia, and Melon. Unfortunately, Splash, Regal, and Shredshow Jr. are eliminated. Let's get on to race number 2 now. Race number 2 is some of our strongest Chao. Penny in this race is, I think, the second strongest Chao in the whole tournament. Alice and Frank both are also pretty strong. Same with Sapphire. I'm pretty sure all 3 of those Chao I just said have won a tournament at some point. So there's some real heavyweights in this race. Unfortunately, some of them are going to be getting eliminated. 3 of them are going to be out here. And this race was actually a pretty shocking one. As you can see, Penny, the Chao that I was saying is the second strongest, was actually near the back most of the race. Lemon was super speedy, was able to come out in first, I believe. But unfortunately, yeah, we lost some of our strongest Chao in the first round here in race number 2. I still can't believe that Penny is out already. This was a shocker. I thought Penny could have won the whole thing, but they're out in their first race. How does that even happen? What? These races are so random. It's insane. Race number 3 might be the most controversial race in the entire tournament, and you'll soon see why. We got Maximus, we got Bubblegum, 2 of the strongest Chao. I believe they both had the shiny symbols, and a lot of other Chao that have been around for quite some time too. As you see here, we have Totally Tails, Tricky, Bubblegum, Charlie, Fantasia, Ash. I think I've said everyone's name now at this point. But a really good group of racers. But Ash and Maximus get unlucky off the start. Again, 2 of the strongest Chao in this tournament. Same with Bubblegum. But both getting unlucky off the start. Maximus, though, pretty quick to catch up, though. Ash still falling a little bit behind. And here's where the controversy starts. Let's see what happens here. It's really important to get to the intelligence section at the front of the pack. Because otherwise... Oh, wait, what the hell? What's Tricky doing? Did Tricky just cheat? What? What just happened? What? Did Tricky trip? I saw like the trip icon above their head, and then they just skipped the intelligence section. Is Tricky cheating? What was that? I've never seen that happen, I don't think. Oh my gosh, we've got a cheater here. So as you saw, Tricky somehow just completely skipped the intelligence section, which easily got them first place. The time save on that alone, even with some trips, I think would have gotten them first place. So some of the Chao that got pushed out of the top 4 at this point might have gotten cheated by Tricky, but I've never seen this happen before. This was a first for me, seeing a Chao just completely skip that section of the race there. But Tricky, Ash, Bubblegum, and Fantasia do advance, and sorry to the other 3 Chao. He just came up against a cheater. Race number 4 features, in my opinion, some of the prettiest and coolest Chao that we have in our entire garden. This race was also extremely surprising to me. In terms of the results, this race did not finish at all how I thought it would. You can see Farfoogle and Midel are both leading the way off the start, both in first, I think until shortly after the top of this hill. We can actually see Midel wipes out right there, poor Midel. And I don't know what happens to Farfoogle here. Farfoogle was leading almost the entire time. You can see looked like they were first going into the pool, and they fall so far back, or they're at least near the front. You can see Perona, that pink Chao with the cow hat, they're going full on Michael Phelps, just completely past Max in the pool. Like, this race just did not finish at all how I thought. You can see Mad Maxie got 4th place here. Mad Maxie is one of the strongest Chao, one of the ones that had the shiny symbol. They barely qualified for round 2, barely made it on to the next race. And we did lose some really strong Chao. We lost Farfoogle, Modify, and Midel. This, like, nothing against Perona, Max, Vixen, or Mad Maxie, this was a shocking race for sure in terms of results for me. Race number 5 was a very exciting one. This one, in terms of the results, was probably the most spread out in terms of like the finishing time. The first Chao and the last Chao did not finish anywhere near close to each other. And poor Nero there, falling right off the start. Really not great way to start the race there. And let's see, how do they do with the Jack-in-the-Box here for Nero? Let's see. And they also get hit by the Jack-in-the-Box. Just terrible start for them. Solar starts like climbing up the wall outside the pool for some reason. Just got like a little bit distracted for a minute. The intelligence section was also pretty crazy, and Nero also got hit by that there. Just a really rough one, and Nero one of the favorites to win in this group. And they got really, really unlucky. But good job to Chapman, Solar, Blep, and Funky, who do advance, but unfortunately Wallace and Nero and Kiki are out. Now we have race number 6, the last race of the first round, and we've got the race of friends. A bunch of the Chao in this race are very close friends with each other, so unfortunately it's very likely at least one of them will get out. But this was still a very fun race, a very close one too. There wasn't really too much discrepancy here in terms of like where everyone was finishing. Ebby unfortunately did get pretty unlucky. They did get hit by the Jack-in-the-Box, and I believe they also got the intelligence section wrong, which is classic Ebby, of course. You know, Ebby always gets it wrong. Buddy had a trip there, Larry with the trip. There's a lot of chaos in this one. Like I said, a very fun race. And it looks like Nana got first, Waldo in second, and let's see, it's a bit of a wait until the next person. There's Buddy, and Larry gets the 4th spot. So unfortunately, we are losing some pretty cool Chao, but we also have some good ones advancing too. Congrats to Nana, Waldo, Buddy, and Larry. But unfortunately, Ebby, W13, and Xavier are eliminated. Round number 2, race number 1. We've got a lot of strong Chao in this one. This one's going to be a slobber knocker for sure. And this one was pretty crazy. There were a lot of trips, a lot of craziness. Off the start with the Jack-in-the-Box, half of the Chao got hit by it. 4 out of the 8, that's insane. This was a wild one. If you're going to go back and look at the full stream, which is available on YouTube, this is a race that I highly recommend you look back on. And then like the whole stream's up there, the full 1 hour and a half of racing if you want to go check it out. This whole highlights video is cutting out a lot of the exciting bits, so definitely check that out too, if you're interested. Because it is a pretty long stream of Chao racing. But as you can see, we've already had quite a few trips. Plum fell really early on, which is pretty crazy. Again, earlier I mentioned Plum was one of the favorites going into this whole thing, if not like the favorite to win. We got Selfie. Void also fell earlier. The intelligence section was wild. I don't even have time to put it in here because there was so many trips. Like, look, Void fell again. Like, there's just so much going on in this race. Definitely look back at the full stream, though, if you're interested. We got Perona in first, which is absolutely insane because they were actually one of the Chao that fell from the Jack-in-the-Box off this very start, and they still managed to place top 4 somehow. Real close, though. Plum almost got eliminated again. Plum was 4th earlier, I believe, and once again, they're getting 4th place. So really just shows how random the races are and how really anything truly can happen. Race number 2 of round 2 was one of the funniest races in my opinion. Like, you guys won't believe this. So, we got a whole bunch of really strong, awesome Chao. You can see Lemon's actually in first off the start. Look how fast they're going. They're just zooming. Some very tough competition in this one too. Blep's in this race, Chapman, Alice, Solar. Basically every Chao in this race is pretty strong. Funky, like literally all of them are very strong and very capable. Lemon somehow fell behind though. I guess they aren't that great at the power section. But eventually, look, we get here at the intelligence section. You can see Lemon's caught up a little bit. It looks like they're seconds now behind Alice. And look at this. There's only 1 wrong fruit. You guys might have noticed there were 7 of the blue fruits and only 1 wrong fruit, the cube fruit there. And Lemon goes straight for it. They would have been in first place and probably won the whole thing if they had just gotten the right fruit, but instead they grabbed the only wrong one that even spawned. So that unfortunately definitely set Lemon back. And Funky also glitched out. This is a glitch that sometimes happens on stream. I don't really know what happens to cause it. But occasionally Chao just won't finish the races. They'll get stuck at the intelligence section and just not move. So we're gonna have our standings here because we don't actually see the podium because the race isn't gonna finish. But good job to Blep, Chapman, Alice, and Solar. Now we've got the final race of round number 2, another great group of Chao here racing against each other. And we got both Nana and Buddy coming up against each other. And right off the start here, we got 5 Chao getting knocked down off the bat. That is insane. Only Nana, Buddy, and Larry did not get knocked down. I do actually have a code on that limits, or I guess lessens the penalty for getting hit by the Jack-in-the-Box. Normally in the vanilla game, it slows your Chao down by 8 seconds. It takes 8 seconds for them to recover. That's nuts. My code that I have makes it so it's only 3 seconds, so it makes it more fair for everyone. But look at this intelligence section here. So Buddy was pretty decisively in first place getting here. And look, they take forever to decide on like what fruit or what item they're gonna grab, and they still pick the wrong one. Nana was so quick in deciding and picked the right one right away. But not Buddy. Nope, Buddy grabbed the wrong one and basically gives up their first place position. As you can see, they're not in the top 4 here. It's actually Ash that pulls ahead into first. We got Tricky, Bubblegum there, Waldo near the back with Buddy, it looked like. But let's see. Top 4, we got Nana, Ash, I believe we got Larry, and the 4th spot goes to Bubblegum. So Bubblegum and Larry, I also didn't mention them. They're 2 sister Chao that are here racing against each other, so it's cool if they advance together. But unfortunately, we did lose Waldo, Tricky, Buddy, and Fantasia. But good job to Nana, Ash, Larry, and Bubblegum. Round 3, race 1, we're down to our final 12 Chao. Only 2 Chao get eliminated in each of these round 3 races. It's just to kind of prepare for the finals. And this is another pretty crazy one. All of the Chao at this point, like this far in the races, are very strong, very capable, and have done very well. Perona, honestly, is the big surprise. I'm kind of shocked they made it this far into the tournament, but they've been doing fantastic. And the intelligence section on this one was nuts. Only Bubblegum and Ash got it right out of all 6 Chao. The other 4 all got it wrong. So that definitely changed the results a little bit. If even a couple of them had gotten it right, you know, maybe they would have had a better shot at making it into the top 4. You can see Plum falls in there. Let's see, does Mad Maxie fall into? Yep, they're all falling. There's Bubblegum too. Yep, I love the ending section here where they can just fall. I think it's pretty funny. So there's our final 4 advancing into the finals from the first race. We got Ash, Plum, Mad Maxie, and Bubblegum. And unfortunately, we're losing Melon and Perona. Now we've got our last race before the finals. These 6 Chao are fighting for 4 spots to get in. We'll see who's able to get through. All of them are dialed in. All of them have been doing great this tournament. Fortunately, Larry did get a little bit unlucky off the start with the Jack in the Box. Not a very good start for them, unfortunately. You can see the intelligence section here. All of them get it right except for Blep, which is kind of crazy. Blep was one of the favorites going into this tournament. And this intelligence little goof there is definitely going to set them back and hurt their chances of winning. See, Chapman is killing it though, leading the way. Solar and Alice right behind them. Oh, and there's Nana too, not too far back. And Larry and Blep kind of near the back. Kind of fast forward a little bit now to the end of the track here. But Alice, Chapman, Solar, and Nana advance to the final 8 and get into the final races. And now we're going to be cutting to the live recording of the finals. I'm not going to be doing a voiceover like this, so you guys can see my live reaction as we get into that. But Larry and Blep unfortunately eliminated. But let's get into the finals now. The final race here, we got Mad Maxie, we got Plum, we got Bubblegum, we got Ash, we got Alice, we got Solar, Chapman, and Nana in the final lane there. Let's see, top 5 get prizes, bottom 3 still place really well in the tournament overall, but don't get any prizes. Let's see. On top, off the start, we've got Alice in number 1. Let's see, who's going to be the fastest swimmer here? I think it's Bubblegum. Yeah, Bubblegum swimming a little bit ahead of the other ones. This race is so compact, though, that even if you have like a really good swimming set, I don't know if you can really pass the other Chao all that well in that first section just because of how tight everyone is. Solar, though, unfortunately at the back here off the start. Not looking too great for Solar. But anything can happen here. We got, oh, Plum pulls into first there after that flying. Also, thank you, Jasmine, for another $10 super chat there. Let's see here. I think it was a music request. Sorry, I already picked this song. But let's see. We got Plum, Bubblegum, Chapman. Ash is the top 4. Oh, we had a Chao fall. Nana with the wipeout at the worst time. It looks like Plum got number 1. Let's see. Yeah, Plum number 1. Let's get the results here. What were they? Everyone like they all. It was such a close race. So many Chao got in like right as it like they all got in like roughly the same time. We got Ash number 4 and Philo Joe Alice number 5. Damn! Congratulations to the winners. This was a very exciting tournament, and I'm really looking forward to the next one. I'm kind of shocked that Plum ended up winning, even though they were the favorite going in. This was the only race they actually won the entire time. They won the final race, the most important one, but they did not win any of their other races. They placed in the top 4 and were able to advance, but they never actually came in first until it really, really mattered. The next racing tournament I plan on hosting is going to be for random Chao, so every member will have a fair shot at winning. It's all going to be up to the randomizers, so I think that'll be a lot of fun, and that's going to be coming in the near future. So if you're looking forward to that, make sure to hit subscribe if you haven't already. Consider clicking like, it helps out the channel a lot. And thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and there's a whole bunch more on my channel just like it if you want to check any of those out. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.